You want to know one thing me and this Juicy Couture pajama two-piece got in common? Right, we both juicy, right? You know how like at 3 o'clock in the morning you just randomly get a burst of energy to start getting your life together. I mean, you start cleaning up your room, organizing your closet, organizing, Christina, organizing your closet, writing on your calendar, hopping up doing YouTube videos. Yeah, that's me right now. The time is currently now 3:17, no exaggeration, 3:17 in the morning, and I have a glass of wine and a story to tell. So sit back, let's get into it. First of all, can we get some appreciation on the hair? Let's get some appreciation on the hair growth. Yes, this is Blowout's about a few days old, child. I had me a time on Thanksgiving. Today's date is literally December the 4th. Just finished with Thanksgiving, honey, and now we got to get into Christmas. Auntie is tired, okay?
Let me get the sandy bun. Get the sandy bun. Let me get the sandy bun. Get the sandy bun. Let me get the sandy bun. Get the sandy bun. Let me get the sandy bun. Get the sandy bun. Let me get the sandy bun. Get the sandy bun.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Christina, aka Honey Buns, back at it again with another video. And I know it's been a super long time since y'all heard their intro, but guess what, honey? We back. We doing what we do best. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got a burst of energy. Don't judge me. Like I said, don't judge me, judge your mom, okay? If this is your first time seeing me, hey boo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and join the Honey Buns family. We may not be as consistent, but we're working on it. We're really working on it. It's December, and I told myself, you know what, for the month of December, I may not participate in Vlogmas, but I am going to drop at least 5, and yes, I do mean 5. So this will be 1 out of the 5 stories I'm going to tell in the month of December. So y'all, keep me motivated. I just want y'all to flood the comments. Honey's back, flood this, share this, put this on your story, tag me on Instagram. All of my socials are below. Okay, let's stop rambling and let's get into what y'all came for, the story time, okay? Judging by the title, you already know what kind of story this is gonna be, so please go get you a glass of wine. You already know what I'm drinking. Pinot Grigio. Let's get into it. Okay, so boom, let's get into the story time. So the timing of this story time takes place the first summer that I moved into this apartment. Like, I moved in this apartment, I think it was April. So like literally a few months of me living here, this is when this story takes place. So at this time, like I said, I'm freshly single and it's the summertime. So you know, baby, I was very much hot and ready to be outside, okay? Body was just getting thick, just started transition. Like, baby, I barely had titties, but I was hiking up that push-up bra doing what I had to do. Now, mind you, let me let y'all know who we talking about here. We are not talking about Christina, who I am today. We're talking about young, hot turned Christina. Like 2 years ago, baby, freshly single, just moved into the apartment with my best friend. It's the summertime. We're going out for drinks, girl. It was giving very much young, high, and turn, okay? So we ended up deciding to go to this bar called Fat Tuesdays. Fat Tuesdays is like in a city that's like 30 minutes outside of where I live. Now, the thing about Fat Tuesdays, their drinks ain't really like strong. They don't really got like strong leads. If you ever been to Fat Tuesdays, you know they pretty much just got like slushies or whatever. And just hopping in from the editing station just to add a few things about this club and why we typically didn't normally go there. So first and foremost, the bouncers were so freaking rude. Like, I remember when I had like first started transitioning and we went to Fat Tuesdays, I had gave the bouncer my ID, and clearly I have hair, nails, makeup, I'm dressed up to the nines, giving girl. And this bar had 2 lines, like a line for females and a line for males. Why did the bouncer make me go through the male line? And I was like, oh, not you trying to be funny. So that was the first red flag of why we really wasn't going there like that. Then it was another time the line was long, and this was like during COVID, and they wouldn't let my friend in because we didn't have a mask for her. And then they didn't have masks at the door. Then it was another time we tried to go to Fat Tuesdays, and my friend had like these Yeezy slides. This was like when Yeezy slides first came out, because here in the Carolinas, baby, going out to the bar, like, you don't really have to go out unless you like uptown, like Charlotte or something. Like Greensboro, a bar, like, you really don't have to do too much. And I remember my friend, she had the Yeezy slides when they first came out, and they didn't let her in the bar because they had Yeezy slides. And when I say, y'all, this line be wrapped around the block, like, I'm talking about down like miles and miles away from the goddamn facility. So you know, it's like once you sit in that line all that time and you finally get in, because the facility is small, like it's indoors and it's outdoors, but it's really small. So we just typically never went there because the bouncers were rude as hell, and they really wasn't giving how they were supposed to give, because it was always some strict rules to get into a bar. Like, girl, it's a bar in Greensboro, like, please. But I will say this: the bar has now since closed down because everybody stopped going there, because the only thing y'all was giving out was slushies for real, and then for two, majority of y'all bar was outside. In North Carolina, we have cold winter months, so like y'all bar really wasn't giving when it got cold outside. Y'all was only really popping in the summertime, hence to why we went in the first place. But moving on with the story, I just had to jump in and say that because I had forgot to give y'all that little 2 cents on why the vibe was already a little ill while we went there. So we was like, it's a summer night. It's gonna be cute. The vibes is out. The vibes is giving. Like, I can literally tell y'all the outfit I had on. I literally got a picture I'm gonna post myself. I had on this pink crop top and these booty shorts and these gold sandals or whatever. So if you never been to Fat Tuesdays, let me kind of explain the layout. Like, it's kind of like an outside bar. Majority of the bar is outside, and they have like slushy machines lined up on the wall, and then they have like a little inside bar where you can eat and stuff, because like during the day it's a restaurant, and then at night it turns into like a bar / club with like a live DJ and stuff. I remember I was like, let me get some cute pictures because I was feeling myself. Exhibit A and Exhibit B, we were eating down that night. After I took my little pictures or whatever, we was like, okay, let's go ahead and go inside. Mind you, I don't know what was going on, but like this particular day, like the line was wrapped to get into Fat Tuesday. So when we end up getting in line, we standing in line, baby. When I tell you everybody and their mama is trying to get in Fat Tuesdays, everybody and their mama is trying to get in Fat Tuesdays. Now, one thing about me and my homegirls, we always gonna pregame anywhere we go. So we was already tore up before we got to the function. So, baby, we in line, we dancing, we having us a good time, Now, as I'm in line, I'm turning up, I peeped that there's this really, really tall, dark-skinned guy walking into Fat Tuesdays, because he was like in the front of the line, he was walking into Fat Tuesdays, and I peeped him, but like I ain't say nothing. I was just like, okay, he cute or whatever. We finally get inside. So when we get inside, we like, all right, let's go to the bar or whatever. So we walk in, we go to the bar, we take us a little shot or whatever. We sitting in the inside because, mind you, it's the summertime, so it's real humid or whatever. So we sitting in the inside because it was like fans and stuff in there, and we just chilling. So we get our little drinks, we take our shots or whatever, and get us a little drink to go. And we're sitting in there in like the cool air conditioning, sitting there. So he in there with his friends or whatever, and one of his friends started talking to my friend. So my friend talking to him or whatever, and he kind of just standing there on the side. He looking at me and I'm looking at him, but I'm not really paying too much attention because I'm like, I'm not trying to really be on his body for real. I'm just like, I'm looking at him, he looking at me or whatever. He came up to me, he asked me my name, I told him my name. I'm like, I'm Christina, da 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 da. He telling me like what he do for work. I'm telling him what I do for work. Actually working at the company that he had insurance through. So we kind of like made a joke or whatever about, whatever. So at this point, we talking. I finished my drink. He was like, oh, you finished your drink. Do you want another drink? So I'm like, absolutely. Mind you, I'm in the straight club and I'm posing as fish at this point because the whole time nobody knows I'm transgender, but it ain't nobody business. I'm just here having a good time. I ain't leaving with nobody. I'm just having a good time. So I thought, sister girl. So, let me get a drink because, this is when it get crazy. Let me describe this boy, and we got to give him a nickname. So, this boy was literally like 6'3" or 6'4", dark skin, low waves, nice beard, and very, very attractive face. And we're going to call him A for the Storytime sakes. So, me and A is just really vibing and hihiing and kikiing. Like, it just seemed like the night is going good, right? So he was like, okay, you finished your drink. We need to get you another drink or whatever. So I was like, he was like, what you drinking? I was like, I'm drinking, I think at the time I was drinking a tequila sunrise. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was a tequila sunrise because I was going hard on the tequila this summer. So he was like, well, if I give you a drink, you got to dance on me. So I'm like, baby, it's nothing. So baby, guess what? I started chopper style, chop, chop, chopper style, chopper style, chop, chop. He won't chop, chop. He gonna chop, chop, baby. Like, I'm literally on the bar, bent over, wobbling. Like, when I say I'm wobbling my thing, I'm wobbling my thing. So, you know, he slapped me on the butt or whatever. We he and Kiki. He bought me a drink. We exchanged numbers. He ends up going his way. We end up going my way. So me and my girls, we have a good time for the rest of the night. It's fun. It's lit. Da 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 da. So that night, he was texting me like, yo, it was such a good time to meet you. Oh, matter of fact, I think I might still got the message this whole time because I delete nothing. So let me see if I still got the text messages, and I will read them to y'all verbatim. Oh, I literally still have the text message thread. Wow, we was texting a lot. Oh my God, I love that I have receipts. So this, for confirmation, this happened July 17, 2022. Literally 2 years ago. He was like, where y'all going next? So I don't think I ever text back. I think I ended up texting him back at like 1 o'clock. And I was like, what you doing? And he was like, about to go to my spot. And he's like, what you want? I said, okay, with a kissy mark. Because what do you mean? Like, I'm not finna go back to you with your house. I just totally ignored to what you on question. He said, I want to see you. I said, I'm at this Mexican spot right now. He said, I'm hungry too. I explanation marked the message, and he said, after that come through. I said, I'm not driving. So that was literally our first like interaction of like after the bar or whatever. The reason why I wasn't really feeling him because I had just got out of like a serious relationship. So I wasn't really looking for a relationship. Plus I was just giving my number out. I had gave my number out to like mad dudes that night, just socializing, mingling, and I wasn't looking for anything serious. And also he was telling me like this was pretty much gonna be like his last like few weeks in North Carolina because he was actually planning on moving to Dallas. So I was like, there's no really true reason for me to even have any connection with you because my guy, you're gonna be moving to Dallas in a few days. So we continued to talk for a few days. We exchanged pictures, kind of getting to know each other. I'm trying to skip all of this because we actually talked a whole lot about absolutely nothing. He ends up like communicating to me like, hey, like I'm going to Dallas, but like I really want to see you and hang out with you like on a more personal, intimate level before I go to Dallas for work. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I just moved into my apartment. You're more than willing to come over and pull up. We can drink some wine, chit chat and talk or whatever. So at this time, he does not know I'm trans. I did not tell him I was trans. Why would I invite him to my house and he did not know I was trans? I don't know. 10 out of 10 girls, I do not recommend y'all do this. Do not be like me. Don't live by me. This is my truth. This is my story. I'm telling y'all what happened. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the story, I told y'all I just broke up with my ex and got out of a relationship. So me and him kind of ended up falling into this situationship where we wasn't really together, but we also really wasn't exclusive at the same time. It was just a lot going on with him. So I had told my ex that he could pull up and we could spend time together that day. I think I had went to like dinner with my family and I was gone for like the majority of the day. So I had told my ex that he could come over, but at the same time I was texting A that I met at the bar and I was like, you know, if you want to come over tonight, you basically can. So I basically told 2 people that they could come over at the same time. And I felt dumb as heck because I was like, I did not know, like, that I had told both of them that they could come. So I was like, okay, cool. What I'm about to do? So I was like, you know what? Bump it. Like, I'm just going to have, you know, A come over. And then I'm not going to do nothing with A because A don't know I'm trans. And I can't do nothing with him for real. We just going to talk whatever X, Y, and Z. Then I might kick him out and then have my ex come over. And, you know, I'll spend time with him. And we might end up having sex because that was the only person I was having sex with at the time. Oh. Now my light came off, y'all. Hold on, let me change the lighting real quick. Jesus Christ. Look at the devil. Trying to stop my shine. Girl, we getting into this YouTube bag. We is not playing. Hold on. Oh, am I getting old? Because why is getting out the bed so hard, honey? Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I need y'all to see this. So like I said, yes, he was on his way. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have A come over. We going to chill, whatever. And then after that, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna have my ex come over, or I'm gonna have my ex come over the next day. I don't know. I don't know what my plan was at that time, but I was like, I really do want to see A before he goes to Dallas, just one time. So A comes over, he brings a bottle of wine. We're sitting there, we're chit-chat, we're talking, we're getting in each other's face. The mood is real low. Came home, took a shower. It was just positive energy. So we drinking wine, we're flirting, we're talking, and everything is going well. One glass led to 2 glasses, led to 3 glasses, and now me and him both are really fucked up. Like, we fucked up. Like, baby, it's not even a cute drunk. Like, no, we both drunk. So I'm like, oh my God, like, girl, I am drunk. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's just looking real handsome. I got a candle lit. The candle is literally reflecting off of his face. He's just looking real handsome. And I'm like, ooh. I'm literally down here throbbing, but I can't do nothing about it because you don't know that I'm trans. So fast forward, he was like, yo, like, I'm really drunk. I live 45 minutes away. Do you think I could, like, stay here? Like, I don't mind sleeping on the couch or whatever. And I think at this time, like, we had a couch, but, like, I didn't have, like, any spare blankets or anything. So I was like, well, you know, I just moved in. Like, I don't mind you sleeping in the bed with me. Like, it's cool. Like, nothing's going to happen tonight or whatever. He was like, okay, cool. So we get in here. We're in the bed. We cut on a movie. We're still talking or whatever. And we end up kissing. Now, how we ended up kissing, let's just say the wine was taking over his body and the wine was also taking over my body. But I just remember us sitting there watching a movie. It was dark. The wine was whining. And we just started kissing. But that's all we did because, baby, he was trying to get in them shorts. And I was like, ooh. Baby, dick and balls, dick and balls, like dick and balls is in there. Like, you cannot go in there. So I was just really keeping the coochie tucked and I was keeping it cute. I was giving it real fun shit, I was keeping it real tight, real cunt. So, like, you can't get in there. Right? So I'm literally in here knocked out. When I say I'm knocked out, y'all, I mean I'm knocked out because that wine had me on, blacked out. When I tell you I was awoken to the loudest banging and knocking on my door in life, dum 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 dum. I wake up out my sleep. He looking at me. A literally staring at me like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, who is that banging on my door? So I hear it again. Dum 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 dum. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, maybe it's the Pope, maybe it's the neighbors, maybe it's somebody trying to deliver a package. Like, I don't know, because I just moved here, so I'm thinking like maybe it's an Amazon package or whatever. So A immediately hops up and starts putting on his clothes. Like, he already knew what the fuck was going on. So I was like, okay. I didn't know what was going on. I'm still oblivious to the fact. So I'm, you know, throw my robe on. I'm walking to the front door. I look in the peephole. Why is my ex? So I'm like, ooh. I look at my phone. My ex done blew me up. I'm like, oh. I'm about to get my head knocked in between the washer and dryer. At this point, I'm about to get knocked out. I'm already knowing that it's not going to end well for me. So I come back in the room. He like, who was that at the door? I'm like, somebody that shouldn't be at my door, but they're at my door. So he just started shaking his head like this. So he banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. So A like, hey, yo, look, I don't got nothing to do with this. Like, I'm about to go ahead and, you know, head out. So I was like, well, just give it a minute. He probably gonna go away if I don't answer the door. So I end up looking out the peephole, and again, after like 5 minutes had passed, and I didn't see him. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, you can go ahead and go out the door. I gave him a hug or whatever. I was like, have a nice, you know, ride home. Let me know when you make it home or whatever. Sorry for all of this. And he was like, no, it's fine. I'm not tripping about it or whatever. As soon as I opened up that door, girl, why was my ex sitting on the steps waiting on this nigga to walk out the door? So why did them two So why did my ex and him both cross paths? He sizing my ex up. My ex sizing him up. The A is like, hey, I don't got nothing to do with it. My ex is popping his shit. Then A started popping his shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's too much going on. So A goes down the steps. He leaves, wraps around the corner, walks out. My ex looks at me and starts charging to the door. I immediately shut the door, slam it, and lock it. Because I'm like, oh, baby, I don't know what you finna do when you get up in here. Are you going to knock my lights out? You are not going to Kimbo slice me. Not in my house. Not in the place where I pay my bills. No, 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 no. I will call the police before you did that. But then I had forgot that my ex had previously stayed at my house, like, I think maybe like 2 or 3 days before A had came over, and he left his bag in my house. So I was like, oh, he here for his motherfucking bag. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, do I give him the bag or whatever? So he was like, Christina, open up the door. So I let him in. Child, it was like a BT music video in slow motion. We're arguing. He's yelling. I'm trying to sit here like, I don't know what you want me to do. We not together. We not together. He like, that's so effed up how you did me. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, we're not together. Long story short, he storms out, walks out, honey, real dramatic. We didn't talk for like 7 hours. It was about 7 hours. And then he ended up hitting me back up and was like, he can't stay mad. He want to, you know, see me again. So I was like, okay. I don't know. Is it crack? Is it giving crack? Is the coochie giving crack? I cannot even read them text messages. They were so nasty. So basically he was like, yeah, like, so in a nutshell, if I find a text message, I'll add it in here. But he was like, yeah, like, oh, your shit must be like that. You got niggas coming to your door, banging on the door, trying to knock the door down. And I was like, sir, yep, it's pretty much like that. I ended up telling A that I was trans, and he was very, very disappointed, like, that I was trans. We ended up not talking and connecting after that. I felt so bad. Also, y'all, do not be like me. Do not be out here doing stuff, laying up, kissing on dudes, touching on dudes, and they don't know you trans, baby. This is just me. I'm just telling y'all my story. I'm just telling y'all what I did. I'm not telling y'all what was right. I'm just telling y'all what I did, okay? Don't be like your auntie. Just listen to me. Listen to my story. So I ended up telling him I was trans. He was not feeling that at all. He ended up moving to Dallas. I didn't really hear from him, and then like I didn't hear from him anymore after I told him I was trans. And then randomly out of nowhere, like I think it had to be like 2 years or a year later, I was at a Waffle House with my homegirls after leaving the club, and he was calling me, and I picked up, and I was like, hello, and he didn't say anything and like hung up. And then he blocked me. So I don't know if he called me on accident. I don't know if he called the wrong Christina. I'm not sure. But that was the last time I heard of A. And that is the story time of how he almost knocked my door down to get to me. And that was very dramatic. And I have definitely more story times. That was just the teaser. That was just the tip of the iceberg. That's out of 5 stories. That's story number 1. We got 4 more for the month of December. If you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Put this on your story. Share this story. Tell your friends about it. I hope you got a good kiki out of it, honey. It's literally at 3:49. I need to be going to bed. I have to work in the morning. But I wanted to give y'all this YouTube video because I miss y'all. And y'all be DMing me and I be seeing it. So I just want to let y'all know I love y'all. I'm out. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Rock my hips and make it wiggle, 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 make it wiggle.